This is for Jayne Miller, Christian Schaefer, Diane Suggs, the Baltimore Sun, WBL. All right. Donald Trump coming to town. All right. So we giving this to Jayne Miller. I'm going to leave a toilet in front of the WBL today. I'm going to leave that toilet that I had out that I've been putting all over the city lately. I'm going to leave that toilet in front of the WBL. It has the letter from Johnny Oleski on it. We're going to expose the corruption and the racism in the police department. Y'all made me famous for toilets, and I'm going to run with that shit. I told you when you came to town, you're going to prosecute corrupt public officials, and you said yes. Well, it's time for you to do your job or lose your job. We're going to talk about Mayor Stephanie Rawlings-Blake. And like I said, Trump coming to town, and I'm going to give Trump something to see. We're going to let the bones from your past open up the doors of my future. The war on drugs, the Stop Snitching video. I was kidnapped by the state of Maryland 2/7/2011 for exposing the corruption and the racism. I was exposing you in the mom machine. I exposed the mom machine and y'all locked me up. So today, go to Johnny Oleski. Go to Chief Hyatt. Because on February the 6th, I applied for Martin Luther King's job. I asked for Martin Luther King's job. I asked for audit too, because I'm out $2.6 million for making this movie and this documentary. This movie and this documentary about Governor Hogan, Governor O'Malley. It's the Get Shorty program. And you got more shorty than you can stand. I started my business. You feel me? I started my business in 1997. I came straight out the penitentiary in 1991. Took me 6 years to build this up. Now, 20 years later, I'm not going to let nobody take what I built. I'm not going to let nobody take nothing from me. I'm not going to let nobody steal from me. You feel me? So you go to Chief Hyatt. Chief Hyatt was Chief Hyatt was there when we had the conversation about my kidnapping. Chief Hyatt was present in the room. And everything that Chief Hyatt know, she need to turn over to Donald Trump. Because we're going to expose this corruption in this mob machine. We're going to expose this corruption in this mob machine. And we're going to start from day one. That's day one. That's Governor O'Malley. The Get Shorty program. And the Get Shorty program was against guns, gangs, and violence. Google State of Illinois versus Dwayne G. Davis. The Shorty program. It's the Shorty program. And this is the political part of the program. Congress, the Senate, schools, penal system, healthcare. Put democracy to a test. And I put democracy to a test. If you deny you know me on earth, so you deny you know me in heaven. I put democracy to a test because I applied for Martin Luther King's job. And I didn't need your money to do it. I set up my own funding mechanism to pay for my philanthropy. You feel me? To pay for this. It was through donations. If you can give money for pets, you can give money for people. If you can give money for pets, you can give money for the black community. If you can give money for pets, you give money to create this. You feel me? I was giving you jobs, education. I was giving you all of this. And I was giving it to you for free. I was giving it to you about the prison industry, because that's me. That's Patrick Fitzgerald, Department of Justice. All right? Evidence is being destroyed and witnesses are being bullied. Yeah, you destroyed evidence and you intimidated witnesses, but I'm still here. I was organizing in jail because the war on drugs. I was organizing behind the war on drugs because y'all got a lot of people locked up behind the war on drugs that didn't commit crimes. President Obama asked for an investigation. Please allow 30 to 60 days for the agency to respond. Additionally, I will contact you as soon as I receive the information concerning your case. They never received the information. Now, you can contact Kerry Cogwa and get everything I sent Kerry Cogwa. You can get everything I sent Sam Cunningham, everything I sent Terry Links, everything I sent Antonio, everything I sent the Lake County Board. We're going to talk about race and racism in the war on drugs, because this is all about the war on drugs. This movie is about the war on drugs. You want to make the community safe? You got to address the war on drugs. Chief Hyatt, Johnny Oleski, this is your letter. And these are the emails that show the politicians that been shielding this. All right? shows the media that been shielding this. See the date? This is July, August. All right. Now you contact Alan Black. He's campaign manager. You contact Alan. You contact that. Call that number. All right. Alec Butler. That's his campaign manager. I want to audit. I want to study in a federal audit. We're going to count the money behind the war on drugs. I'm a whistleblower. You feel me? That's Peter Francott, controller. I'm a whistleblower. The state participated in this. They accepted forged checks while I was locked up in another state. That's a vulnerable individual law. You feel me? The state participated in the fraud. And the state's attorney had that information. You feel me? 2014. State's attorney had this. 2014. You've been having this. You feel me? So we're going to talk about you shielding your corruption because this is the case. This is the case that's going to break up the O'Malley mob machine. This is the case that's going to force you to do your job. This is the case that's going to send a lot of people to jail. Paul Weinblatt can go to jail. He can lose his license and everything. He needs to produce everything while I was locked up. He needs to testify in front of a Senate Judiciary Committee and a House Judiciary Committee. This case is going to be Pandora's box. This case is a movie. You go to Antonio Hayes, he got this. I put it all in a booklet form. Justice delayed will not be justice denied. We're going to have justice, and it ain't going to be just us. I'm an honorably discharged veteran of the United States Navy. You feel me? Honorably discharged veteran. And we talking about the war on drugs. I ran Contra because I participated in that in 1977, 1978, 1979, 1980, 1981. Territorial drug dispute. That's when I cut my teeth on the streets. See that? We don't want no misunderstandings. Congressman Cummings. All right, let's just forget the 13th Amendment, the U.S. Constitution. All right? That's Congressman Cummings to say that they've been there. They signed for that. We had a meeting on the 13th. I'm supposed to meet Congressman Cummings again at the end of September. I'm going to turn over all this material to Congressman Cummings so we can have a investigation. Everything that I turned over to Congressman Cummings, I turned over to President Trump to ensure that this is done. Because this started in 2010. Long before I got locked up, I was exposing your prison industry and your corruption in your courts. That's Governor O'Malley, Governor Quinn, Judge Bell, Carl Snowden. Yeah, I was exposing y'all in. And if you would have acted on this material, I would have never got locked up in 2011. It's notarized. You feel me? 2010, long before I got locked up. So this movie we making gonna be all about you, Gov. Because you had the chance to defend me. Because I'm a Republican. I'm a black Republican. And you had a chance to tear down the Democratic Party and you let this corruption go on. 2010. Filming a documentary. 2009. Filming a documentary about your prison industry. Senator Durbin, Senator Cardin, Dutch Ruppersberger, Attorney General. You had this information and you didn't do nothing with it, Hogan. You got this information and refused to do anything with it. I recorded the phone calls to your office, Governor. This is plain and clear. Plain and clear. That's Johnny Oleski. That's Johnny Oleski asking the Department of Justice to investigate my case. That's Johnny Oleski asking the Department of Justice to investigate my case in February. It's September. You got all the information that you need. You got everything that you need to bring a federal investigation into the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party and the corruption in the courts and Scott Schellenberger's office. You got everything you need to bring a federal investigation, and the feds are already here. They're investigating Chief Hyatt's police department. You can take this straight to the state prosecutor. We can talk about racism in the courts and racism in the police department and racism in the Democratic Party. That's your signature. And that's your request for the Department of Justice. This is Justice Roberts, Chief Justice Roberts, because I was going about the war on drugs. I'm taking this to the Supreme Court, the war on drugs. That's me. That's David Irwin. All right. In that 86 case, I was found innocent of all charges. But Scott Schellenberger and Michael Waller used those charges to get indictments. You knowingly presented false evidence to the grand jury, and you're going to have to pay for that. It's a legal notice. I gave notice to the courts and the public officials, Illinois, Maryland, Baltimore City, Baltimore County, because y'all had called me a terrorist, and I want my name cleared. And that's the case. You stole property there and you stole property here to shield the corruption, and you stole property in the 86 case. Legally notarized. You got the originals. I was insured against terrorist acts. You feel me? I was insured and I paid my insurance was paid off. I'm the owner. I'm the president. I'm the treasurer. I'm the secretary. And Governor Hogan, we're going to have a conversation about this. Like I said, I'm going to leave a toilet in front of the WBAL. I'm going to leave a toilet in front of WBAL. I'm going to leave a toilet in front of WBAL today. And it's going to have all this information on it. It's my insurance claim because I was insured. And Al Retmer told me about this. I was insured. Insurance Incorporated spends a lot of money in the politics here. Bonnie. Yeah. Y'all, I wrote the documentary was about y'all. It was about Kelly Insurance. It was about the money that they spend in Annapolis. The bail bondsmen. The money they put in Bobby Zirkin's hands. The money they put in Schellenberger's pockets. It's about the 13th Amendment and being black in America. I want what belongs to me. I want my money, my property, my standing in the community. And Governor Hogan, this movie all about you. It's about Governor Hogan, Governor Ehrlich, and Governor O'Malley, President Trump, President Bush, and President Obama. It's about being good in the hood. It's about shitting on people, and I'm getting ready to shit on you. I'm gonna leave that toilet in front of WBAL, and that toilet gonna have all the information on it. And you can charge me with a crime if you want to, but we're gonna take that toilet that I leave in front of WBAL, and we're gonna have President Trump on his visit here on Thursday. President Trump and the toilets on Thursday. President Trump, the toilets in Baltimore on Thursday. We're going to finish what I started. I go to jail for the right reasons. If I go to jail for putting a toilet in front of the WBAL for exposing the corruption, I don't think I'm going to stay in jail long.